Oh, hello everybody, it is your Uncle Mikey B from Super Hive Productions. Today we are going to discuss The Human Proboscis, which is a film that goes way back to the early days. It was one of the 3 original film ideas that we had, with Flesh Freak and a mysterious third one, which we'll talk about some other time. Now gather around, children, as I tell you the story about The Human Proboscis. This is a story about a boy named Carl Kalawagi, your average boy genius. Most of the boys in his class like Star Wars, but Carl likes to correct them about how physics are unrealistic in these movies. He's an outcast, socially awkward, and kind of a nerd. His only friend is his father, Carl Sr. Son, why are you crying?
Dad, the children, they're so mean to me. They pick on me and, well, they're the ones who are stupid. They don't even know the difference between a quasar and a pulsar.
Son, no one does. But what do I know? I'm just a chia pet designer.
Carl, are you home? Where's my supper?
No, Junior. It's your Big Mama. You better run and hide, boy. I'll deal with Big Mama.
Okay, Dad. I love you.
Yes, Big Mama is the mother of Carl Kalawagi. She's a mean, nasty, ornery woman. She's the type of woman who would promise you ice cream and then bring you home a whole lot of broccoli. She was just the worst. So Carl dealt with this kind of treatment at home. Him and his father were scared to death, and the only escape he had was school. But it wasn't much of an escape at all. In fact, through the years, things just got worse and worse for Carl. His know-it-all attitude irked not only the students, but the teachers as well. A lot of people did not like Carl Kalawagi. The years went by, and Carl got more and more distraught. The little boys who liked Star Wars and Batman grew up to like football and muscle cars. And Carl was still the science-loving mathematician, geography whiz, pocket-protecting, would play D&D if he had any friends, lovable, nerdy, geeky dork that he always was. But there was no love for him at school. And Big Mama, well, she was just too brutal at home.
Carl Jr., you get over here and you wash your mama's dirty old rags right now, boy. Put in some of that elbow grease I know you don't have because you ain't got no muscles because you skinny, because you take after your weakling dad. I just can't stay in it no more. I'm going to the library, and I'm going to be studying. One of these days, I'm going to be something great.
So he left. He went down to the library. Late at night, after hours, he had an insatiable quest for knowledge. One day, he hoped to be as smart as the town's smartest man, Isaac Salinger. He was on the cover of magazines. He had medals. He had his own AM radio talk show. Everyone admired and respected him for his big brain. If only Carl had a big brain. So he kept learning, kept hitting the books. But one night, at the library, some of his bullies pulled up.
And look who it is. It's Carl. Yeah, it's Carl the nerd. Hey guys, I don't want no trouble.
Well, too bad. Then they all started beating up Carl. And he was sad. He was really sad. And he went home with black eyes and broken arms. He looked to his window, saw a shooting star, and started to sing this little song.
Oh, I wish upon this falling star that I could have the means to go very far. I want a big brain, and I want to be the best. Come on, shooting star, put me to the test. And as he sang and sang, and it's quite a song, you should hear it someday, he fell asleep. And that moment, a moonbeam shined in through his room and started to transmorph Carl Kalawagi. And the next morning he awoke, and he was the human proboscis. A man with just a giant snoot for a face. He had some eyes and a big old long honking nose type thing protruding
He was quite shocked, to say the least.
I'm quite shocked.
He had erratic behaviors. He could fly around like a little bug, crawling up walls. He started to slink around his house like some sort of slinking insect that could slink. He found his mama, Big Mama. She started swatting him with a newspaper. He immediately defended himself and stuck his big proboscis right in her dumb head, sucking all her thoughts dry, causing him to go crazy. Also, it turned her into stone for some reason. Once he saw this, he was kind of mortified, but then he got hungry. Ooh, whatever little knowledge that she did have, he gained. He knew he could really advance himself if he started sucking other people's brains dry. And it was a good way of getting revenge too. So he flew off and started chasing down his bullies one by one, sucking their brains, turning them into stone, a menace to society, just like flesh fruit. Brain by brain, he gained more knowledge, but it wasn't enough. He didn't feel smart enough. Everyone in the town was a peon except for Isaac Salinger. Why not suck the brain out of Isaac Salinger? If you can't be the best, eliminate the rest. So he goes up to Salinger's Hilltop Manor, breaks in. Some security goons are there, try to rough him up a little. But he sticks his proboscis right between both their heads, sling, like a toothpick between two grapes. Then he sees Salinger, and he corners him, and sticks his proboscis right into his head. And he's sucking, and he's sucking, and he's sucking. And for whatever reason, Isaac Salinger has too much brain power. He cannot be sucked dry. This baffles Carl, and Salinger removes himself from his proboscis.
So you thought you could come in here and steal my brain power, huh, Mr. Kalaweki? Yes, I know who you are. I've been watching you.
In this moment, Isaac Salinger starts to transform into another hideous bug-type monster. He's got even more nasty things hanging off of him.
I was once just like you, and now I've become this.
So as you can imagine, there's some sort of big duel that goes on. Isaac Salinger brings him up to the roof and throws Carl Kalawagi all the way down. Kaboom! Snapping his neck and his spine and all that. Then tries to taunt him.
You'll never be strong enough. You'll never be smart enough. And nobody will ever love you.
And Carl Kalawagi, just almost lifeless, doesn't know what to do. How could this be? The man that he admired turned out to be a hideous monster. He wanted to be just like him, and I guess he got his wish. He became a hideous monster as well. He can't seem to find the lesson in it. He's like, was I supposed to be true to myself? Was I supposed to fit in with the crowd? Be dumb? Was the lesson to not wish upon shooting stars? How's that even possible? I believed in science, not myths. This doesn't make any sense, he thought. He's like, I must be dreaming. And sure enough, he was not dreaming. Aha! False fake out. He was not dreaming. This was real life. It was not a dream. He realized that sometimes things in life, they just don't make sense. And as he looked up, he saw a reverse shooting star coming from Earth straight into outer space. And he started to sing his little wishing song backwards. Isaac Salinger was about to pounce on him and rip him to shreds and kill him for once and for all. He started to revert back to like a normal, like nerdy guy, and he was like even frailer than Carl. And Carl was like, "Aha! I have bested you," and kicked him so hard that he crashed into his mansion, and a big pillar, plopped down on him like, plop, and he killed that guy. Like. He's not proud of it, but, he killed that guy. With this knowledge, he's like, well, I'm kind of dangerous. I still need to suck people's brains out because, I have a thirst for knowledge and I'm pretty ugly, so I need to hit the road. So he got like one of those little bindles and sticks, like hobos have. And he's like walking down the street and he visits home real quick. He knows that he can never see his dad again. And he places his hand up against the window like, don't worry, Dad. And then he walks away down the street and we slowly fade away. And it says, the end.